Hey guys, how's it going? I'll try to keep this short and sweet. I know you guys all want to get some food. But really happy to share about what we're doing about bringing real-world assets to the Cosmos ecosystem and beyond. So just quick introduction. John, CEO and co-founder. Live in Hong Kong, but spend a lot of time out here in Dubai. Been in the crypto space since 2013. Built in centralized crypto exchange business, brokerage. We launched Mantra in DeFi summer 2020, so I've been all over the space. As always, I want to make sure that this is NFA, so not financial advice, everything that I'm going to be saying. We have a live token, so NFA, and let's go. So what is our origin story? Mantra was initially launched as Mantra DAO back in summer of 2020. So we launched initially as a Polkadot project. We were a permissionless DeFi protocol that had a couple of different products focusing on staking, lending. We had a launchpad called Zendit and a few other things. Over time, we ended up getting listed on Binance in March of 2020. And legitimately right after, the DeFi bubble popped. Everyone shifted into NFTs, GameFi, play to earn, et cetera. And we started to try to look for something that was a little bit more of a sustainable competitive advantage to our business. In a previous life, I had done some work in the brokerage and tokenization space in the United States. We actually tokenized a professional basketball player's contract. We offered it to the public, and he basically did it under a Reg D offering for effectively like a yield-bearing stablecoin or yield-bearing product. So we wanted to basically reach back into our roots of regulatory compliance, of licensing, and that's where we really transitioned from this Mantra DAO concept to Mantra as it exists today. Mantra is an existing token that was launched initially on Ethereum. We have several other chains that we support, including BNB Chain and Polygon. It is a hard-capped token of 888,888,888. We are very big into the numerology and very intentional to have a very fortuitous token hard cap. That being said, over time, we've decided to effectively build a layer 1 blockchain solution, and due to tokenomic constraints, we have to expand the token supply. So earlier this year, our DAO community voted unanimously to expand the token supply to issue an additional 888 million tokens on Cosmos mainnet, which will be launching later this year. And that's how you can see here today, where we're going from 888 million to 1.7 billion in the coming months. So why did we choose Cosmos? And actually, there's a number of reasons. But I'll take it back just a step and kind of explain some of our roots. So when we were initially launching Mantra DAO, one of our earliest principles, and Kunal in the audience knows this, was we were running validator nodes and infrastructure for a lot of different proof-of-stake blockchains. The idea here was that we would take the inflationary staking rewards and use it as a way to buy back the token as some sort of like deflationary value accrual mechanism for the OHM token. We were very early Genesis validators on a number of different POS blockchains, including many of the Cosmos ecosystem projects, Cosmos Hub, the faded Luna. Who here was a lunatic like me? Anyone? A couple? Okay. Hopefully you didn't get as wrecked as I did, but anyway, we had some roots in the Cosmos ecosystem from this perspective, and we got to know the ecosystem and the tech stack a little bit more, and honestly, it resonates with what we believe in and our story. Cosmos has always been the underdog. It's raised the least money for a layer 1 ecosystem. It has this idea of a sovereign ecosystem of interoperable blockchains, right? And when it comes to building a layer 1 blockchain for real-world assets, you have to abide by regulatory compliance. And having the idea of a sovereign blockchain that you can abide by your own validator set and update accordingly to various regulatory requirements is very, very important. There's a few other reasons why we just chose Cosmos, and we just believe that, frankly, the Cosmos SDK is one of the best test stacks available. Whether it's CosmWasm, IBC, or Commit BFT, we believe that this solution and technology allows us to create a very easily scalable blockchain effectively out of the box, where we have created our own specific use case, which is RWA and asset tokenization. One of the other things that's really, really important for us to understand and focus on is the idea of bridging. So if we're going to be bringing real-world assets, or just assets in general, to a broader retail public, you really have to take away the idea of managing private keys, managing bridging, like when you have to move from Ethereum to ETH-L2s, and IBC protocol and this interoperable protocol standard is really the gold standard in the industry for transacting across various different sovereign blockchain networks. So our ecosystem comprises of this idea of an app chain, right? So Mantra Chain is our app or a protocol level chain, RWA-focused L1. We just launched our testnet, the second phase of our testnet called the Hongbai testnet last week. We've already had over 300,000 participants in the past few days testing out and participating on our incentivized testnet, earning rewards. But on top of that, we have a very specific and purpose-built application, which actually no one other than a few people now know that the application is no longer called Mantra Finance. It's actually going to be called Omega. So we're separating this idea of the protocol and the application. And this is actually quite important because we believe that regulation is effectively implemented at the application layer, not at the protocol layer. So separating these two things out is quite important for us. We're in the process of getting licensing from VARA, which is the Virtual Asset Regulatory Authority here in Dubai. We've been spending a lot of time in the region, a lot of time in Dubai, working with the regulator. We believe it's a great home for what we're building and obviously having a very clear regulatory framework about how we can operate. So effectively, Omega is this multi-asset DEX protocol built on top of Mantra Chain. It allows for asset tokenization, 24/7 trading, and capital efficiency. It's effectively a central limit order book that sits on top of an AMM. So on the AMM side, you can swap both in the Uni V2 or Uni V3 style, so concentrated and ambient liquidity positions, as well as participate with a little bit more advanced trading functionalities on the actual central limit order book itself. We will have a permissioned market-making model on top of it, so HFT firms, trading partners, market makers can come and actually earn both incentivized token rewards as well as customizable fee structures. And again, all of this is going to be built on-chain. So it's self-custodial. It is a permission protocol. So you do have to onboard. You do have to actually KYC to participate. But that is obviously because we're adhering to regulatory compliance where we operate. The idea here is that we'll be able to bring advanced functionalities that most users would not be able to do in a more traditional self-custodial DEX environment. And what we mean by that is, one, you'll be able to trade all different types of assets under the sun, whether it's crypto assets, real estate protocol, real estate tokens, different types of RWA products. But you'll also be able to interact directly with your fiat banking ecosystem and be able to transact between crypto and fiat very seamlessly and easily from your wallet to your bank account to your brokerage. The idea here is we want to build a protocol and a platform where you can literally one click from your bank to your brokerage to your wallet, and this idea of transacting on and off chains becomes simply the easiest thing you could imagine. So one of the things that is a big buzzword, I know RWAs is a big buzzword right now, but another maybe even bigger buzzword is modularity and the modular ecosystem. Cosmos is a modular ecosystem. We subscribe to that concept as well. Obviously Celestia has pioneered that, and we're big supporters of them as well. But we do have our own take and spin on what modularity means to Mantra. So what is our Mantra modular architecture? It's effectively comprised of three things. The first is an identity module. So one of the issues with any crypto ecosystem or platform is you have to consistently KYC and onboard over and over again. So you don't have a seamless onboarding experience to Binance, to Kraken, to Coinbase, et cetera. In our ecosystem, you have a soulbound NFT connected to your wallet. This allows you to passport to anywhere within our ecosystem. So you KYC one time and you can access all the different protocols. We have a compliance module, which effectively this permissioning and guard module is what we call it. I'll explain that a little bit more later. And then we also have an RWA tokenization module, like the Mantra token service. I'll also explain that later. What this allows us to do is have a very composable DeFi ecosystem on-chain, where you can interact both with the permissionless Cosmos ecosystem as well as our more permission side of things. So Mantra Chain itself is a permissionless chain. Anyone can build upon it. It's very important that we maintain that. I believe in public blockchains and permissionless blockchains, not permissioned blockchains. But we do have a permissioned area for interaction with more regulatory-focused products and assets. So what is this token service that I was talking about? This allows issuers, asset originators, to seamlessly and easily issue different types of asset-backed tokens or utility tokens, security tokens, whatever you would like. This allows us to effectively create this bridge between decentralized finance and traditional finance, where you can effectively have redeemable backed assets moving between the on-chain ecosystem and the real world. In this case, you could have an example of Tesla share, for example. Again, Mantra actually will not be heavily focused on the US. I'll make that very clear for a number of different reasons. But these type of products are something that could exist in our ecosystem and something that we're actively working on. So the guard module, as I mentioned, is very important because you have this ecosystem that's permissioned over here that supports RWAs. It supports the decentralized ID. It's all built upon CosmWasm smart contracts. But then via IBC, you can interact and connect with all the interesting and fun products and protocols out in the Cosmos ecosystem: DYDX, SEI, Injective, Osmosis, Lavana, Kujira, etc. This allows you to basically seamlessly from one wallet interact with the crazy permissionless side of things, and also our more buttoned up real-world asset side of things. So this is a pretty cool endeavor because it allows you to basically not have to separate your degen wallet from your more buttoned up side of your portfolio and investment strategies. So just to wrap up, we recently announced that we're going to be hosting a Incubator Program in the Dubai World Trade Center. So we have an entire floor in the Dubai World Trade Center, which is where VARA, the regulator, is based, and where our licensing is also based. I'm personally going to be investing $100,000 into 5 different projects, so $500,000 across, into 5 projects that are going to be building a mantra chain, and you're going to have an amazing, amazing experience this summer. We're going to fly you to Dubai for a month to work with us, to interact with regulators, to learn how to build on the chain. Then we're going to fly you to Hong Kong for another month, and then we're going to fly you to Silicon Valley, and then finally to Singapore for TOKEN2049 Singapore, where we're going to be launching mantra chain mainnet and obviously having these dApps deployed. So if you're a builder, if you have an idea, if you just want some money and want to participate and have a fun summer, maybe not the best reason to come and sign up, but whatever, come hit us up. We're more than happy to talk to you. Yeah, I mean, we're very excited about what's coming. As I mentioned, the Hongbai testnet, which is our second phase of our testnet, launched last week. Mainnet is scheduled slightly toward the end of the year, roughly in September. We have an incentivized testnet, and you can earn points, which will be comprising of a 50 million Ohm token airdrop, which today is worth a pretty significant amount of money. So please check us out. I'm happy to share more, and maybe I'll take a couple questions if there's anything left.